Hi everyone, this is Nicole Troutman, Research and Instruction Librarian at Tennessee State University Library, here to share with you yet another open educational resource that we make available to anyone with internet access through our website. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to hit the button now or at any point during this presentation. And let me go ahead and share my screen with you so we can get started. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I do in every one of these Got Resources presentations, is I'm going to show you how to get to our website. So if you've seen this before, please bear with me. If not, this is how you get there. You're going to type Tennessee State University Library into your search bar. And you actually want to click on Libraries and Media Center, Tennessee State University. This will take you where you want to go. So this is our homepage. And to get to our open educational resources, you're going to click on Use Our Services, come all the way down to Scholarly Communications, third from the bottom. And in this list, Open Educational Resources, second from the bottom. So that's so I don't get cluttered. So this is our Open Educational Resources Research Guide. And so in this first section, if you're curious about open educational resources, if you want to know more about them, we have all the information here, what they are, why they are, how they are. One piece of information I want to give to anybody who is new to this program is open educational resources are a wonderful source. It is good scholarly information. So this is stuff that is written by masters of these subject areas and thoroughly researched. Normally, when you're looking for something like that, it costs a pretty penny. But the purpose of the open educational resources is so that people can learn, can get a good education, can work on their research without having to pay a bunch of extra money for their resources. So that is one thing I really like about this. And so far I'm finding that the resources are kind of limited, but it's becoming a huge thing. I know teachers are starting to use open educational resources for their classes instead of textbooks. And these are made for a variety of ages. I mean, I've seen pre-K lessons on some of these sites, not on the one we're going to today, of course. But this is it's a wonderful resource. So please feel free to learn about it, make use of it. It's an excellent resource. So if you come over here and you're browsing our page, we've got a whole list of different topics that we have open educational resources on. If any of these look similar to what you are trying to research, feel free to check it out and see if you can find what you're looking for. I'm going to take you to general OER because this is a broader range of topics. It's not quite as specific. And today we are going to go to Open Textbook Library. So here is the main page for Open Textbook Library. Here they give information about these textbooks, Transform Higher Education and Student Learning. Open textbooks are licensed by authors and publishers to be freely used and adapted. So this is where you can come in, use them for your own research. You can use them to teach other people. You can use portions of them and adapt them to fit your lessons. They're there for you to use in whatever way benefits you. You can download, edit, and distribute them at no cost. And they boast a very large number of open textbooks, 1,715. So it is supported by the Open Education Network, which there are a couple of ways that you can open this site and learn more about it. First is here at this link. And here's Open Education Network. You've got who they are, the support and resources, certificate programs. You've got an open textbook library. There are ways to join them. You can get information on upcoming events, so much information. So yes, this is a great place to research that. You can also reach it by going to this tab here. It opens the exact same website. So on this site, you can browse by subject. So similar to what I was showing you on our library website, you can see if a subject that links closely to what you are trying to research is in here. They have a large array of subjects, much broader than the subjects I had in our OER section at our library. But you can definitely search for your subjects there. Here you've got information about the open textbook, so you can go to frequently asked questions and see if maybe it's got an answer to your question. Maybe there's a question you didn't know you have and you find it in here and you're like, oh yeah, no, I wonder about that. There's the answer. It might also get you thinking about questions that may not be in here, which at that point you can do some research or find a way to reach out to these people and say, hey, what about this? You can also look at the Friends of Open Textbook Library. These are industries that support and work with them. Here, I really like this. This is a submit section. So if you're an author or publisher, you'd click here of the open textbook that you want to put onto their website. You'll click that. If you're not, you can still submit if you know of something and they can find a way to contact whoever is the author or publisher. But here you put in your information, you put in information about the book. It's got to meet the criteria, and then you submit and you wait for an answer. Here we have discovery. So this is MARC records. These are like what you find in library catalogs. You know, how each of the subjects are sorted out by numbers and letters. You can find information in the MARC records. Down here, it shows different ways that you can access their materials or their website. For instance, they're available on WorldCat, which is a great website that knows where a good deal of books are located. And it's a great place if you're searching for something specific because you might be able to find it in a local library and you didn't know you had it. But I digress because we're not talking about WorldCat today. Today, we're talking about Open Textbook Library. So, if you want to browse by subjects, hover on that, humanities. Let's check on literature, rhetoric, and poetry. So if you're just browsing, you can click on a subject and it will show you a list of books, textbooks they have available based on that subject. And you can scroll through and see if anything fits with what you're trying to research or trying to teach. Or if there's something specific you want to search for, you can search the library. Now, I'm finding the search bar on this is a little more touchy. It's subject based. So if you're looking for something specific, they may not even have it and it may come up with a bunch of random stuff that has nothing to do with what you're looking for. Um, or they may have it. You just need to make sure you put in the right keywords to get there. So let's look up Shakespeare because Shakespeare is a big subject, many classes. So this is the book that we selected while I was typing in. I don't know if you saw the book title popped up. This is accessible here. You can get it online, ebook form. Here are the conditions of use, if that makes a difference for what you're using it for. Let's try Shakespeare without the title. See if they have some more. Because they have it spread across a number of subjects. So you see we have theater here, who teaches writing, a specific play, good British literature books. So there are a number of resources related to the subject of Shakespeare. Let's go down to the bottom because you've got ways to stay updated on open textbooks, all of our wonderful little social media pages. If you want to join their newsletter, they'll keep you up to date. You put your email address in here and hit subscribe. And then here, content on this site is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. You can click here if you want to know what that is. Open it up, take a look. It will explain exactly what you can do with things that are licensed under Creative Commons 4.0, if you're curious. So yes, I know this was a shorter than usual presentation. Open Textbook Library is not overly complicated to browse around. There are limited options as opposed to going a million directions as we have in some of the open educational resources I've shown you. But I really hope that this helps you with your research and education. And I look forward to seeing you next time. So everyone have a great day.